It's March 12th, 1999. The Star Wars Episode 1 The Phantom Menace trailer just came out on StarWars.com. And I'm about to watch it in crystal clear 240 by 128. Take a trip down memory lane with me in the internet time machine. Today we're going to be looking at the history of StarWars.com, the way it evolved, the way it looked, the information, the data, live webcams in 2003 on the set of Revenge of the Sith, some stuff you might not even know about, the history of the early days of the World Wide Web, and how Star Wars first found its way on it. We'll read some quotes, we'll look at some images, check out a really cool article, sit back, and enjoy. Oh, it was 1996. I was 10 years old. The top 5 boys' baby names were Michael, Matthew, Jacob, Joshua, Chris, and Topher. Christopher. I don't know. The number 1 song was Don't Speak by No Doubt. Dolly the Clone Sheep was born on July 5th. Mars Attacks came out. 1996. Fun year. Dollar Theaters and Qzar, Goosebumps, and Nintendo 64. But we're here to talk about StarWars.com. And this is how the StarWars.com homepage looked on the day that it launched, November 26th, 1996. And then it evolved. It evolved rapidly. Quote, "The site was sparse at the time, featuring information about the original trilogy, fun facts, descriptions of planets and characters, and print-out coloring pages for kids. The welcoming copy read, 'We're starting out modestly just as George Lucas did 20 years ago with a relatively low-budget space fantasy called Star Wars A New Hope. Just as Star Wars grew, or rather exploded, in the public consciousness, this website will continue to grow and change. And like the films, our aim is to inform, entertain, surprise, and amuse you. We'll all have some fun, and we promise to provide the most up-to-date information and shoot down inaccurate rumors on the Star Wars universe." Close quote. Here's a quick look at the StarWars.com homepage over the years. Feel some nostalgia in your veins. Here's 1996, 1997, 1998, 2000, 2001, 2003, 2008, and 2011. There's such a fun innocence to a lot of these early web designs, just right there on the homepage. Hey kid, check out these vehicles. Now, the modern Star Wars website does have like a data bank too, and it's thorough with a bunch of information as well, but there's something about this, and it's all nostalgia, don't get me wrong, but there's something about this that reminds me of being a kid, just noodling around on the internet for Star Wars stuff, checking the newspaper for local listings. And then the websites got a little more interactive. The design of the 2000s homepage included becoming a digital member or creating your own fan web page, had polls, that kind of stuff. I started building websites on GeoCities and AngelFire back in if I had to guess, it was 1998 or so, maybe 1997 when I first started. And I used to make just random websites with video game codes on them. You know, I had video game code books and magazines, and I would just transcribe those codes onto my website. And I remember making even Diablo websites back in the day, just full of really crappy graphics and information that somebody could have just gotten out of the game manual. But it was a fun and interesting learning experience. And a lot of these early Star Wars.com designs remind me heavily of those times. So, the Star Wars Special Editions were coming out in 1997, and to support that release, StarWars.com added sections to the webpage such as What Has Changed, which was a page devoted to explaining certain Special Edition changes, or Anatomy of a Dewback, which was a little web documentary that chronicled the work that went into creating the Dewback desert scenes for the Special Edition. And as the hype for the Special Editions kind of died down, attention steered towards Episode 1, and a new section called Lynn's Diaries was created. Lynn's Diaries was hosted by Lynn Hale, and it was an 11-part documentary series on the making of Episode 1. This premiered on June 22nd, 1998. And then the Episode 1 trailer came out. This was what the trailer webpage looked like on March 11th, 1999. And you could watch the trailer in stunning 480 by 216 or 320 by 144 or 240 by 128 resolutions. Quote, in an age before YouTube, mass adoption of high-speed connectivity and posting trailers online in general, placing Episode 1's trailers on StarWars.com was difficult on many levels. In the end, Lucasfilm and StarWars.com would break records with both the Episode 1 teaser, which came out November 17th, 1998, and its full trailer, March 11th, 1999, releases. The teaser release on StarWars.com would be the biggest event in internet history until that point, amassing more than 10 million downloads. It also crippled StarWars.com servers. The full trailer, released exclusively on Apple's fledgling QuickTime player thanks to a mega deal between the companies, offered the trailer with greater quality, more servers, and garnered 3.5 million downloads in 5 days. Close quote. Now this is neat. I have no memory of this. I do not remember this at all, but in 2003, StarWars.com launched a live webcam that shot one still image every 10 seconds from the set of Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. It was only available to Hyperspace members, which was a paid access section of the website that featured exclusive content. I have no memory of this live webcam thing at all, probably because I didn't pay for the exclusive content, but Scott Croco, a Java engineer and lead software engineer, said, quote, for the webcam, we built in a delay of 10 to 15 minutes between when the image was shot and when it appeared on StarWars.com, just in case we needed to prevent any spoilers from showing up on the website. The security of the cameras was pretty bad by today's standards. Someone who had the camera's IP address could probably have figured out how to view the direct feed. I remember the webcam being very popular with the fans and also with the Lucasfilm employees who were not on set. Close quote. There is an amazing article that was written in 2016 on StarWars.com. And this article interviews the folks who first created the Star Wars online presence. People like Steve Sansweet, Jim Ward, Mark Hedlund, Lynn Hale. It's a really neat article that takes you inside the minds of people who were trying something completely new. This was the early days of the internet. You know, what worked, what didn't work, what did people want to hear and see? Nobody really knew. This was just the Wild West. This was uncharted territory. And this article and these interviews really show how exciting and frustrating the whole process was. I'll leave a link to this article in the video description below. It has so much information, so much really neat little tidbits of history. It is worth your time as a Star Wars fan and as an internet traveler. Anyway, thanks for joining me on this journey. HelloGreedo, out.